It's time for the Nutty News Network. This is Ekman Douglas, and remember, if it ain't nutty, it ain't news. Today we're going to take a look at the Tucker automobile. At the time it was introduced, it was supposed to be the car of all cars, the answer to every person's dream. Yet the Tucker failed. Why? After a great deal of research, we've discovered that the Tucker did not fail because it was an inferior product. On the contrary, it failed because of the man himself. Tucker, so proud of his own creation, he put his own name on it. Tucker. Can you imagine saying to a friend, "How do you like my new Tucker?" Would you get a big Tucker or a little Tucker? Would you buy a Tucker with 4 on the floor or straight 8 under the hood? And when your Tucker got dirty, a dirty Tucker? Tell me, what fame and glory would there be in having the fastest Tucker in town? It's now time for our feature, Know Your Country. Our country today is Germany. For some time, the German people have been maligned for being militaristic and violent people, or at least, let's say, aggressive, starting 2 wars in the 20th century. Yet they appear to be fun-loving people who like to drink a lot of beer, play a little pressy body, and swap a little spit. Really, how can any people be taken serious when they invent a silly dance like the polka? Next time, Know Your Country will focus on Nicaragua. I just love saying that. Nicaragua. Elsewhere in news today, the nation's police chiefs have just called for a physical fitness campaign for all law enforcement officers. They want them to adhere to stringent weight requirements, which would require most officers to lose weight and become more physically fit. The only response so far that we have seen is Dunkin' Donuts stock plummeting some 20%. Webster's Dictionary has just announced what they consider the most objectionable words in the English language. They are, in no particular order, poopy, caca, diarrhea, and hemorrhoids. And the word game continues now with seniors, because when one becomes a senior, words take on a whole new meaning. For example, a threesome, or safe sex, merely means having a paramedic present at all times. The Thyman Institute has reported that they have discovered a rare Somalian root that cures migraine headaches. There are some side effects, however, including uncontrollable dysentery, nasal bleeding, seizures, severe acne, joint pain, silly walk, stammering, dizziness, deafness, dry mouth, dry socket disorders, lazy legs, and erections lasting more than 4 hours. Also, ranting incoherently, resembling that of a cable TV news host, have been reported by a few people who have taken this new drug. Meanwhile, Nutty News has been told that approval is pending. Isn't that nice? Descendants of Czech Ferdinand Porsche, the founder of the German automobile company that bears his name, have made a major decision that has been dictated by the inability or the reluctance of Americans to properly pronounce the name of their car, Porsche. Most Americans pronounce it Porsche when it should be Porsche. A company spokesperson who did not want to be identified said, "You'd think if they have enough money to buy a Porsche, they would know how to pronounce Porsche. Instead, they insist on calling the car Porsche. It makes no sense." Regardless, not irregardless, the company has decided to go with the flow. At least in the US, it will be Porsche. Outside the US, it will still be Porsche. There's no word whether GM will change Chevrolet to Chevrolet. I guess they figure Americans got this one right the first time. And it's time for us to say goodbye. That's the Nutty News Network. I'm Ekman Douglas reminding you, if it ain't nutty, it ain't news. Who's making that noise?